Hi there, everyone. I just wanted to put together a quick video for you, just so you have a bit of an idea of what I might be looking for when it comes to the remote part of the exam. I do apologize. I had to record this over the weekend, and I really just need to get away. So I'm at my private island right now. It's a little windy. I hope you can still at least hear me okay. So, and I know some of you are concerned because flying right now still could be an issue, but I took my private jet, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's take a look at what you're going to see when you open up the assignment. Obviously, you'll have more options with the different last names and the three to choose from. Of those three that fit in your last name, you're choosing two. So try to choose the two that you feel most comfortable with. And then you'll see down below kind of a general rubric, but I will kind of be thinking about that as I grade. And then you'll see in blue there the four things that you really need to be thinking about. So before you submit your videos, I would not just wing it. I would look over these options and think about which one you feel most comfortable with and map out and kind of plan out how you're going to approach those 4 points that I'd like you to make for each of the two you select. I'll now go through an example and I'll do the bag of chips going up to the mountains and the volume increases and sometimes bursts. So I'm going to address those 4 points in order, and I think that makes the most sense for you to do as well. And I don't mind if you have some stuff written down, but just make sure you're presenting to the camera, even if you're kind of reading some notes to help you through. So the first point would be the variables, and in this case, I'm going to address pressure and volume in this situation with bag of chips. And in terms of the gas law, pressure and volume are from Boyle's law. And so Boyle's law is P1 multiplied by V1 equivalent to P2 multiplied by V2. In terms of the relationship, Boyle's law is an inverse relationship, meaning that as one of the variables increases, the other would decrease in relationship, or the opposite of that, whereas one is decreasing, we predict the other one to increase. And in this specific situation, as that bag of chips is brought up to a higher altitude, the pressure surrounding the sample of gas in the bag of chips is going to be decreasing. And as just mentioned with that inverse relationship, as the pressure surrounding the sample of gas in the bag of chips is decreasing, the volume is going to increase in response. Thus, the bag is going to grow in volume. And again, it shows that inverse relationship. And then finally, for the last point, kinetic molecular theory, KMT, says that gas molecules move in random straight line motion and they have elastic collisions. So again, in this situation with the bag of chips, as the lower pressure around the bag starts to happen, as the bag of chips is moved up to the mountains, that sample of gas is able to expand within the bag because of those elastic collisions and filling up the space in the bag because of random straight line motion. So that would be a fine explanation. Just took a little bit over a minute. Feel free, if you happen to have something you want to talk about in terms of, visual aid, if you want to draw pictures, or again, you could be talking about as the sample of gas in this bag, which isn't changing because the bag is sealed, as we take this bag up to a higher altitude, the surrounding pressure decreases. And because of that inverse relationship, that sample of gas, that volume, will increase and thus the bag fills. We know there's random straight line motion for the sample of gas according to KMT. And so as they bounce around with elastic collisions and straight line motion, they're going to fill the bag and we will see the volume increase as the surrounding pressure decreases. So again, however you want to do it, don't stress it out too much, but I think if you practice and you at least write out some of your ideas ahead of time, you will be just fine on this part of the exam. All right, I hope that helps. And don't worry, I will be back in time for the exam. So don't worry about that. Take the private jet whenever I want, really. So I will see you all in class, and good luck on this part of the exam.